This video is brought to you by the EA Creator Network. Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Special warm welcome if you're brand new here. My name is KiwiSimsKate. Kiwi because I'm from New Zealand, Sims because I love the Sims, and Kate because that's my name. It's as simple as that. Welcome to another speed build here on YouTube, and this is actually part 2 of one of my recent videos creating for the Businesses and Hobbies expansion pack, which was kindly gifted to me by the EA Creator Network. If you decide to purchase this expansion pack, you can use my creator ID to support my channel if you'd like, which is just KiwiSimsKate. It popped up on screen earlier. Otherwise, sit back, relax, and check out the items in build mode for this pack, which I'm personally a huge fan of. Today we're furnishing the interior of the build that we created in the last video for the apartments upstairs. So if you haven't seen that video, I will link it above. Definitely check that part 1 out because it shows me doing the entire exterior of the set of buildings, and also furnishing the businesses on the ground floor, which is a pottery studio and gallery and a cafe. Upstairs above these businesses, I've created 2 separate apartments. One is furnished with 1 bedroom and 1 office computer room. And I sort of furnished it more with a single sim in mind, but there is plenty of space to add more sims to this apartment. There's a double bed in the bedroom, and then the studio kind of office space could easily be turned into a bedroom if you wanted to. And then the other apartment is furnished more for a family. It has a parents' room and a children's room with 2 kids' beds in it. So I often build, if you've listened to any of my speed builds in the past of residential homes, I often build with sims in mind. No specific sims, just kind of a general idea. It helps me determine what objects I'm going to use, what's the style, all of those decisions I find a lot easier to make if I have some kind of a picture of who lives there. Otherwise I tend to, I don't know, the builds tend to lack a bit of personality. So this first apartment that I'm furnishing is it's not that small. It's actually a 2-story apartment. So there's a cafe underneath this one, and I imagine the sim that lives here owns and runs the cafe downstairs. And in my mind, they're probably a young adult sim. This is their kind of passion project to open a cafe. If anyone watching has seen the show Fleabag, which is an incredible TV show if you haven't already seen it. It's based on a play, and the writer of the play wrote the TV series as well, and the TV series basically follows the exact storyline for season 1 that the play does. But I've seen the TV series, and I've also seen the filmed version of her one-woman stage show, and both are incredible. I think the stage show kind of was a bit more gut-wrenching and heartbreaking. Anyway, if you don't know it, look it up. It's wonderful. The writer is incredible. No. Oh God, now I can't remember her name. I'm getting her mixed up with someone else. Phoebe Waller-Bridge? Yeah, I think that's her name. I think I'm getting her mixed up with a singer whose name is also Phoebe. Look it up. It's brilliant. I had that person in mind when I was creating this because she opens a cafe with her best friend. That's kind of how we meet her at the start of the series, is she's running this cafe no longer with her best friend, just on her own, and then you kind of learn a bit more about her story. But it's guinea pig themed and it's adorable. Anyway, This build is not guinea pig themed, although I could have done that in The Sims, but not for this build. So it's Businesses and Hobbies expansion pack only with the base game. So I didn't have my first pet stuff, but you could absolutely create a Fleabag themed cafe now in The Sims. That would be pretty cool. This apartment, as I said, is split across 2 floors. I furnished this one with a bit more of a modern, they're both quite modern. I guess this is brighter, a bit quirkier, a bit more fun in terms of the decorations and the interior. A lot of sort of soft and bright colors. It's got this lovely light wooden flooring. And I loved using some of the new wallpapers that we got with this pack. So that gorgeous floral print wallpaper I used across the dining and kitchen. And in one of the bathrooms I used the diamond. I think I used the green, like the mint colored wallpaper. Oh, and in the bedroom here as well, I used the same one. Love these new wallpapers that we got. I just am really, really happy with the build buy in this expansion pack. And I can see myself using it for so many builds. And it's really kind of motivated me to build more often. This bedroom here also has the new bedside table lamp, which is gorgeous. This new dresser, the new double bed is gorgeous. This new armchair, and the dresser and the armchair and a few of the other items that we got also have this similar print that's on the wallpaper. And I really like that there's that consistency through the pieces. And then I use a few base game items to clutter up the shelves in this room. So I don't like leaving large blank walls in my builds, so I felt like that wall needed something. And with those books on the shelves, it means another activity that your sim can do as well. And then I just picked out a little bit of artwork to go above the bed and resized it. In the living room, I use one of my favorite sofas in the game, which is the base game one. And then I place some base game kitchen cabinets. We didn't get any new kitchen counters or cabinets with this expansion, but I'm not that mad about it because we recently got the base game counters and cabinets, which are stunning. I haven't used them in this home, but I think I used them in the second apartment that we'll switch over to shortly. I love them so much. I'm actually currently building just a kitchen room with this like the same room but in different color swatches at the moment as well, because I wanted to play around with these kitchen counters, and I think they're my favorite now. And the fact that their base game is amazing. Love it. This is the kind of studio office area that I was talking about earlier. So in my mind, there's just a single sim that lives here to begin with, at least. And so this space is for her to, or him, or them, or whoever, to get their work done, make sure they've ordered everything they need to for the cafe. While they've probably got an employee, or I imagine they've got kind of like a student working at the cafe or something, and so they might pop up here into their office to order more coffee beans or whatever supplies they need to stock the cafe with. And then I decorate their little hallway here with a few items. Didn't want it to look too empty either. And the entrance to this apartment is inside the cafe. So the second apartment, which we'll get to next, the front door for that is actually on the exterior of the build, but the two-story apartment, the door to the apartment is within the cafe itself. So this is the second apartment, and instead of doing another 2-story, I thought I'll make one 2-story, and then this one is actually, it feels larger. I don't know if it is, but it feels larger because it's across one level. And this apartment is above the Pottery studio and art gallery. And I imagine that the parents, they own and run the gallery and pottery studio downstairs. These Sims, I imagine, are a bit more established. The parents are a bit older. They've got 2 children. Maybe they had a little bit later in life because they were focusing on their career and their business, and their art. So I imagined one of them was really big into pottery and the other one was just an artist in general, kind of did a little bit of everything. So I included an art easel on the parents' room balcony, and there's lots of different art pieces around the home as well. This one is furnished a little more modernist, a little more kind of clean and crisp. I use these base game counters, like I said. I love them. I think I changed the color eventually to the sage green swatch that we got. And then I also loved the excuse to use one of the new fireplaces we got. I haven't built using the circular fireplace yet, but I'm definitely looking for an excuse to use that in a build anytime now. But using this one was really fun. I think the modern style is really cool and something we don't have in the game at the moment for a fireplace. I kind of got a little bit bored of using fireplaces in the game, but with these new ones, I think I can use them in quite a few places. I like the smaller footprint as well. The fact that I think it's just a single tile, both of them. And so where you can kind of place them in a home is a little bit different to some of the more traditional style fireplaces. The kitchen just gets a few clutter items as well. I didn't clutter these homes a lot. Again, I was really focusing on gameplay. There's a lot happening downstairs in both of the businesses. I didn't want the build. The lot itself is expensive anyway. I imagine anyone who wanted to download this and use it will probably use cheats to purchase it. I don't know, maybe not. But I off the top of my head, I can't remember how much the lot came to, but I will include it down below in my description, and always in my Instagram posts for my builds as well. What else about this apartment? Oh, I used the piano as well that we got with this pack, and I thought maybe the children are kind of overachievers, maybe because of the parents. Maybe they encourage them to take all sorts of artistic and creative activities and hobbies. So they get piano lessons, they do art, they're really encouraged to be incredibly creative and express themselves through these types of hobbies, as opposed to sporty type hobbies. Maybe even the children go to acting lessons or something, and I think the parents just really encourage all of those sorts of activities for their kids. Maybe because the parents had them a little later as well, they sort of maybe are less in tune with what kind of kids are up to these days. They're a little bit more old-fashioned maybe. I don't know. I have a lot of fun kind of trying to think of the families that might live in these places. That's the new piano that we got. So it's another upright piano. I'm so glad we got another upright one. We've got a few now recently. I think we got one with Horse Ranch, and maybe, I think, growing together, potentially we got another upright, which is so great because previously we only had, it was only recently that we started getting upright ones, and myself and a lot of other builders would just create our own custom upright pianos using the City Living keyboard and a couple of the like side tables. That was quite a common way of making a fake upright piano that looked like an upright piano, but effectively it was just a keyboard. So I'm really glad we've got a few options of those now. The grand piano is just too large to fit anywhere unless you're building a mansion or something. This is the children's room. So the children's room, as I said earlier, it's furnished for 2 kids. Obviously you could easily change that. You could change this room entirely if you wanted to, but I furnished this for 2 Sims who obviously like pink and purple and blue and bright colors, kind of sweet colors, and also a few artistic activities in here. So I included the arts and crafts table, a violin, and then of course a few of the other kind of kids activities, like we got this new raccoon toy. It is so adorable. I love it. I love it so much. And then just cluttering up their dresser. There's 2 dressers in here. I did play test it and they both work. I just liked the idea of having that low boy in the middle of the 2 beds, but then I wanted the larger dresser as well to fill the space a little bit better. And I had fun going all out with the kind of baby pinks and baby blues in there, which is not necessarily color swatches I use a lot. I try and steer clear of those kinds of colors when I'm furnishing kids' rooms these days, but I just gave into it this time and went all out and bright colors. And I'm kind of quite happy with how it turned out. Then the last area, I think I do the bathroom last. This is the master bedroom, the primary bedroom, and it's got a double bed. It's got a dresser from base game. This rug you would have seen me use a number of times already in this build. It came with lots of different swatches, so I feel like I can just get away with using the same rug in different swatches in a single build easily. I love this worn swatch where it's got kind of tatty edges and sections of the rug. It feels so real. And then I've used the new hanging wardrobe piece here on the side, pulling out a couple of items from the new pack as well, like that. I think it's supposed to be a cake stand, a pottery cake stand, like ceramic, and then this stack of bowls and cups. The primary bedroom also has this balcony. I mentioned earlier there's the easel there. There's also the topiary table, which is from base game, and the word has escaped my brain entirely. Not the periscope. Oh no, I can't remember what it's called now. The thing that you look through to see the stars, that thing, that's also on the balcony as well. Maybe one of the parents are a little bit into astrology or something, or space or stars, or I don't know. Then the bathroom is the last piece of the puzzle, which has bathtub and shower, because I imagine this family is a little bit more bougie. They've got a bit more money, so they've got both options. And just, your regular kind of bathroom accessories. I did have to adjust a couple of small things in this bathroom. I don't think you'll even be able to tell the difference if you download this. I changed it ever so slightly, and I just had to move the bath out a little bit. When I play tested it, my sim wasn't able to get into the bath, but the version that I've uploaded to the gallery does work, and you shouldn't have any issues, or at least when I play tested it, there were no issues. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, please do give it a thumbs up. It helps to support the channel, and consider subscribing if you're not already. You can check out all my other socials under KiwiSimsKate. I stream live over on Twitch. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, all the things. Take care out there, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.